Hi, I'm Katie Hacker, your host, and when we make that transition from making jewelry to selling jewelry, we can all use a little guidance. With me today is Robin Kramer from Flourish and Thrive Academy and Red Boot Consulting. Thank you so much for coming, Robin.
Katie, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here to talk about one of my very favorite things.
Well, and this is advice we all need. So.
Absolutely. Let's dive in, okay? So here are two examples of before pictures. I love before and afters because it really shows how a designer can really make a transition. And here are afters.
Oh my goodness, totally different.
And what I love about this is that it's really focused on the product rather than the booth being a little too beautiful, right? It's still pretty, it's clean, it's well lit. All right, so the next one, the darker one, you can see that there's kind of displays, it's just inconsistent with what's going on. And the one on the right-hand side is it really focuses on the jewelry. It's a beautiful display. It kind of draws you in. Right, the next one, this is a before. Now this is beautiful, I love this. However, when you see the after, ta-da,
wow.
It's a totally different customer that she's going after. It's a much more mature and sophisticated line when I look at this display.
Well, and you know, that's a good point. Your display is really for your customer, not for you.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Can you say that again?
We should trademark that.
Absolutely. All right, and so here's another example, and this is not a before.
I love this.
It's nice and clean, it showcases the jewelry, and I love the elements of the baskets to give it some texture.
That's a neat idea.
And the pictures are really blown up so you can see how the jewelry looks on it.
It does look good.
All right, let's move on to another one. This is a great example of a very small space.
Right.
But she's showcasing her work. She has the beautiful statement piece to kind of draw you in and has beautiful separation of the different kind of designs that she has. And it really looks, I mean, she's done a fantastic job with a small amount of space.
Yes, definitely. And it makes her stand out from the crowd because I've been to this sale before. It's all artists, metalsmiths, and they all have the same amount of space. And her tabletop is so unique, just like her work.
And the next one here, now this is an outside, which can be really tricky. And I love the use of color here because she really draws you in with a darker wall in the back, but she uses all of it. She works a lot in silver and gold, but darker leathers, and you see it all here without being overwhelming. The statement pieces are up high. She's got some different levels. I love levels. I think it's really important to draw the eye up and down and over the product, and even the splash of green is really nice.
It really reflects her brand.
It looks fantastic. My only advice here is I'd love to see some large images in the back because it just would catch somebody from across the aisle or across the room to catch them and really showcase her work a little bit and draw them in on that.
That's a great idea.
All right, so this next one, and I love this. I love this sign. I love the color. And I think there are some wonderful things that she's done here with her cases. Now, for me, drawing, and this is a wonderful designer. Sarah D'Angelo is a great designer. I would have loved to have seen the bottom of the cases of where she's showcasing her work to be more of a neutral color because the black is kind of distracting me.
Well, it's really not matching with the turquoise and lime green elements and sort of that natural vibe she has going on.
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly. So I would have loved to seen more natural on the bases. I would have loved to seen even that lime green, chartreuse green, I would have loved to seen those be natural. And to have some pictures of her work up also. I would love to have seen some larger pictures.
I'm sensing a trend here.
Yeah, I have my ways, right? All right, this next one, I thought this was lovely. This is another street outdoor fair. I thought she did a fantastic job of having different levels and really having a splash of green and some, just the jewelry is the winner here, is the really focus. And that's what I love to see in a booth, is to have the jewelry be the focus.
And again, she did a lot of really good things in a very small amount of space.
Yeah, you don't need a big space to have a wow factor.
Right.
And this, now I have to say, I'm really a stickler for kind of a simple, just a simple tablecloth or a simple table, but I have to say this works really well. She did a great job. It's very clean. It has some different layers and levels, and it, again, with the greenery. It just works. I like it a lot.
It has a really modern feel.
And which fits her jewelry.
Very fresh, yeah.
All right, now this is a pop-up shop at like a Lululemon or another athletic store, and I thought she did also a really nice job of kind of standing out with the grays. I would have loved to have seen, if you'll see that there's a bus on the side there in the corner, and I would have loved to have seen that in the gray. And I would have loved to have seen one on the other side to balance it out a little bit. But I think for, again, the amount of space she had, people know now that it's Sierra Winter jewelry, and she did a nice job for the space that she had. This is another great one. I think the height of the table is really wonderful, that if you can bring a table height up so people aren't leaning over and having to hurt their necks, I think that's a big win. I also like that even the cloth that she has wrapped around the tables here, that it looks like her jewelry. It works really well, the grays. I just thought that was wonderful, and she does have some pictures of her jewelry up.
She found the perfect pattern.
She totally found the perfect pattern. Oh, and this one, and so this is showcasing Julie's work. Oh my gosh, a little tongue tie there. But I love how this shows that these are two different shows for her. One is in the evening. She does a great job of lighting on the one on the right-hand side there. The lights, I mean, if you don't have lighting, you might as well call it a day and throw in the towel, because lighting is so important with jewelry. And if you're doing an outdoor show, you need to have backup if it's not a sunny day. So definitely good lights are really key. And in this other picture here, where it's clearly daytime, where she has that light, airy feel with that light blue, it just works well. And again, she's got some great pictures up to draw you in and show what beautiful work she has. And this is Andrea Kelly Designs. Now, she has a lot packed on there, and she did a great job of different heights and keeping it kind of clean. And I love the carded product, so it kind of sells itself. It's a gift ready to go. She has some necklaces and some bracelets and some earrings on cards. I think it's a little tricky here with the windows in the back, because the necklaces that she has hanging, it's a little distracting with the outside, but...
What are you gonna do? Sometimes that's your space.
Exactly, you gotta work with what you got, right?
Right.
And this is the last slide I have, and I love this slide because it is so beautiful. It is elegant, the pictures are gorgeous, it just draws you in.
Yes, that is gorgeous. Now, I know that we want to make sure that we can talk about some of the displays that we have here. We have less than a minute, so
oh goodness,
we'll just have to give us the gloss and come back again next time.
I would love that. So I think it's really important to be consistent with your displays. I think it's important to have not too much color. If you're going to do gray displays, have them all be gray. If you're going to do cork displays, have them all be cork. Can I show you my favorite kind of display?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to reach over here and grab this. This is a paint roller. This is one of my favorite little tricks. You can paint this any color. You can cover it in fabric. It fits bracelets perfectly. So have fun with that. But I think keep in mind that it's really important to have the jewelry be the winner of the booths.
Right, and well, you showed us some beautiful examples, and I hope everybody takes your advice and does gangbusters next summer. So thank you so much, Robin.